Well, hello and welcome to this virtual tour of PowerWeek.com. My name is Karen McVicker and I'm one of the founders and the CEO of PowerWeek, and I am so excited to share all of the features of PowerWeek with you today. So let's get started. When you first create your PowerWeek account, you're going to land here on the home dashboard. Now, when you first come in, certain things haven't been customized yet. So you'll see a silhouette here instead of your own picture, and it'll prompt you to go ahead and enter your Power Thought. Using PowerWeek is so easy. It's not like a piece of software you have to learn. All you need to do is point and click. So let's go ahead and click on the Power Thought, and it takes you over to your profile. This is where you can enter your own picture and your Power Thought. And the Power Thought can be a quote or a verse or your own words for inspiration, maybe an affirmation. But once you've entered your photograph and your Power Thought, you can complete the rest of your profile, tell people a little about your business, your life, your interests, and write a little bit of your business story. It's great to complete your profile because once you start sharing with others, they're able to see your profile from the sharing pages, and we'll look at that later. So once you've put in your photo and your Power Thought, just save your profile. You're going to land back on your home dashboard. The next step is to plan your week. So right over here, we've got the big purple Plan My Week button. Just go ahead and click on that, and it brings you to our Plan Due pages. And right now, we're on the Plan Due pages for the week of February 18th. And you'll see everything you're doing on this home dashboard is driven by this calendar at the top. So right now, we're going to set up for the week of February 18th. The great thing about Power Week is you're building a history. You can go back and see activity for prior weeks, and you can even plan ahead. But for now, let's just go ahead and plan your week. One of the first success habits we discovered in our research is that successful people plan the days they will work their business with intention every week. Now, we all know plans change, but it's important to start out knowing the days you want to work your business. So let's just say we're working here with my example, Peggy, that Peggy's going to work her business this week on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So she just points and clicks to check off those days. The second success habit is that successful people are willing to set activity targets. Now, we have places for you to set targets in these 4 key areas. They are prospecting, scheduling, presentations, and follow-ups. And we know every company has different terminology for what they call these activities, but in general, prospecting means reaching out to new people, scheduling is putting new things on your calendar, presentations are where you're presenting your products and your opportunity, and follow-ups are following up with people. So to enter these targets, you can type in the box or use the up and down arrows. But let's say, for example, Peggy's going to reach out to 15 new people this week. She wants to put 4 new events on her calendar. She's already got 3 presentations lined up this week, and she's got about 18 people she wants to make sure she follows up with this week. So she sets those targets, and then she clicks Save to return to the home dashboard. Now the dashboard indicates the days she's planning on working and those activity targets. As the week progresses, she'll come in and she'll update her activity, coming back to the Plan Due pages and now clicking off. So let's say she worked on Monday. And then there's a place for you to indicate how you felt about your business each day that you worked. So when you click this down arrow, you're going to see these weather icons. And this is not how was the weather that day you were working. This is how did you feel about your business. And this really is a business about feel. You've probably heard it said, it's not what you say to people, it's how you feel about what you say that really makes the difference. Because what we found is that when you're asking people to kind of self-rate how they're feeling about things, they're much more likely to be honest using kind of a non-traditional rating method, like weather icons. For example, if we had asked people, on a scale of 1 to 5 stars, how are you feeling? I have some tough days in my business, but rarely would I ever rate myself like a 1-star person. But I might be willing to say, you know what, Monday was tough. Like I was having trouble keeping the car on the road. I might be willing to do that. And then maybe on Wednesday, I really turn things around and I have a spectacular, fully sunny day. Then down below, you just click off as you've completed activities. And again, you can enter a number in the box or you can use these little up and down plus and minus signs. So let's say already I called 5 people this week, put 1 thing on the calendar, I've done 2 presentations, and I've followed up with a couple of people. So I'm just going to save my activity, come on back, and you'll see it's updated everything on my home dashboard. Underneath, we have our No Matter What, Pleasant Surprises, and Notes tabs. Again, you can see it tells you right now we're working in the week of February 18th. The no matter what list was a third success habit that came out of our initial research. The idea behind the no matter what list is to make a shift away from super long to-do lists with lots and lots of items on them that we may or may not be committed to completing this week, and to only putting down tasks you are 100% committed to completing on this no matter what list. And to add things to the list, you just click in the box and you just type something. So let's say maybe I want to make sure that I bring 2 guests to the meeting, and absolutely no matter what, I'm going to book an event for March, etc. Once you add things to your no matter what list and you complete them, you simply check them off. What we're finding is people are starting off with maybe 3 or 4 things they know they're going to do this week no matter what. And they're completing them relatively quickly and adding 3 or 4 more things they're committed to completing this week no matter what. By the end of the week, you may end up with a fairly long list of no matter what items, and you're actually completing them. So people are increasing their productivity by making a shift to this no matter what list. I really want you to give it a try. The final success habit that we discovered when we were interviewing leaders and developing the product are pleasant surprises. This is a place for you to record the good things that are happening in your business this week. It really helps you develop an attitude of gratitude. Many times people want to focus on sort of that one thing that went wrong, when really there are lots of great things happening in their business every week. And what we think about, we bring about. So we want to help people make that shift to focusing on the good things that are happening in their business. So let's just say you bumped into Jane at the supermarket and had an incredible conversation, and she's totally interested in meeting with you and hearing about your new business. So that's like a pleasant surprise. So anywhere you can, focus on those positive things, and you jot them down here. Then we also have a notes field, and again, this is all attached to the week that you're currently working in. So for the week of February 18th, I can jot down any notes or ideas that I may be having about my business, and I know those are saved right here in Power Week with that week. I'm not going to lose them. It's not a Post-it note on my monitor. It's not written on the back of my kid's homework assignment. I know that I've put it in Power Week. So those are the basic functions of planning and updating your activity for the week. Now let's take a look at some of our features here in the right-hand column. The first are our looking ahead goals. Even though Power Week is focused on helping you get more done every week, we also know sometimes it's important to put down the magnifying glass and pick up the binoculars and look to the future for those long-term goals and your milestone goals. It's very easy to enter a looking ahead goal. Just click on the More button, and you would just type in your goal and pick a date for it and then add it. Right below looking ahead is your word cloud, and this is probably one of the most popular features in Power Week. So just click on that word cloud to customize it and create your own. But this is where you can enter 6 words that really inspire you right now. There's a place for 2 words for your business focus, your professional development focus, and your personal growth focus. But you can use this to enter any 6 words that you want. You enter your 6 words here, and then you click to draw the word cloud. And then every time you click to redraw the word cloud, it's going to highlight different words. It changes the colors, so you can really just click around until you just love it, till you feel like it's got the colors you want and it's focusing on the words you want. And then you save it. And then right from here, you can share it to Facebook or pin it to Pinterest. So it's great. You can create your own inspirational cloud and then share it with others. And the final feature here from the home dashboard is the activity forecast. The activity forecast is designed to help an individual connect the dots between their goal for their personal volume or value of their activities for the month and the amount of activity they actually need on their calendar to reach their personal volume goal. The way the activity forecast works is over here we have an activity value calculator. This is where you can enter an estimated value, just for planning purposes, of what is the value of your typical one-on-one or individual presentation. So let's just say in this example that given Peggy's business, when she sits down and meets with someone individually, the average volume that's generated from that activity is 150. And her average value when she does a group is about 500. Now, we also need to bring into consideration a cancellation percentage. People do cancel, people do reschedule. So let's just say typically Peggy can guess that about 1 out of 10 of her events the person has to cancel or reschedule. So I'm just going to put a 10% cancellation rate. So I have filled in the values in my calculator. Now it's time for Peggy to go in and actually fill in the activity on her calendar. This is a sales forecasting tool. It's not an appointment keeper. It's not your calendar. It's helping you connect the dots between a personal volume goal for the month and what do you need to have on your calendar to get there. So hopefully that makes sense to everybody. So let's say that Peggy's really good. Wednesdays are a great morning for her to make sure she always is setting up a one-on-one coffee presentation with people on Wednesday mornings. So you'll see I'm in the one-on-one column and I'm also doing it in the AM to indicate I'm doing an individual presentation on Wednesday morning. So she's got those booked for February. She's done a really great job on that. And then she typically does some group events on Thursday evenings and sometimes Saturday evenings. So let's say this is what her calendar looks like right now for February. Given her average values, it would put her personal activity value, it would forecast it at about 1,890. But let's say her goal is to get to 2,500. This would be an indication to Peggy she doesn't quite have enough on her calendar to get there. And that might be the incentive Peggy needs to say, you know what, I had a group of gals had said maybe we could get together after church. So she's going to put one more there on the 24th. And then there were a couple people that had said it was better for them to meet for coffee Friday afternoon. So she's going to follow up with those people and put 2 more individual coffees on the calendar. And all of a sudden, it's forecasting her value at 2610. So it's just that reality check. I've got my personal goal. Do I have enough on my calendar? So hopefully that makes sense to everyone. And if you ever have any questions on this, I do these tours live and I post those live tour times on our Facebook page. So be sure to check us out on Facebook at powerweek.com. That wraps up part 1 of our virtual tour. Next, tune in for part 2 and learn all about the power of sharing your intentions with others. Thanks again for joining us and make it a great day.